Hey everyone, welcome to another Qweerty Gamers Q&A segment. I'm so excited to host another awesome interview with these upcoming ladies. I have Deere and Tonzy. I love drag, I love Twitch, I love these two, so I'm really excited to talk to them about their life on Twitch. Please help me welcome Deere and Tonzy.
Hi.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much.
I was muted that whole time.
Was that just a silent scream?
That was a silent scream.
Well, welcome you two. I'm really happy to have you both here with us at Qweerty Gamers. We're big fans of your work on Twitch, and we love to watch you guys game and do beauty tutorials and all of that. So I'm just going to launch us into this Q&A by asking, how did you get involved with Twitch? When did you start?
Deere.
Well, I started 4 years ago. I wanted a vehicle for my drag, and so I've always loved video games, and I was getting into drag, so I was like, let's do both. Why not?
Yeah.
It felt like a natural segue to me because I literally live and breathe and love drag as well as video games. So it just made complete sense to me. And so here I am. Here we are 4 years later, big boobed and on Qweerty Gamers.
Yes. You've made it. Tonzy, tell us.
Well, I've never performed outside of streaming, so streaming is kind of like where it all started. I did drag for Halloween, but one day I just decided that I want to put the two things I love together into one, which is video games and makeup and being the center of attention, which I think I'm really good at. And so I started on Mixer, and then that ended, and now we're on Twitch full time. So Twitch all the way.
Yeah, awesome. So you gave us a little background about how you started drag at Halloween. Did you dress as a specific person, or did you just dress up? Yeah.
My drag inspiration was Chanel from Scream Queens, which is funny because now I'm on Stream Queens.
Yes.
But yeah, so my drag name was originally Chanel, and I dressed up as Chanel, I think Chanel number 2, and my coworker was Chanel number 1, and that's just how it all started. A bitchy blonde Tonzy. It's me.
And Deere, what was your first drag experience? When did you first kind of get into drag?
Pretty much same thing, like full on drags on Halloween, but I have been a makeup artist for 15 years now, so I always loved makeup, and the best way to test and try makeup is to put it on yourself. So I just more and more and more liked and gravitated towards drag. And also drag was always accessible to me because my parents are super liberal and open-minded, and they love Rocky Horror, and my mom had drag queen roommates when she was in her 20s and stuff like that. So it just was accessible and supportive from them. And the first full-on drags that I did for Halloween, I think it was the female gremlin.
Her name is right.
From Gremlins 2.
Gremlins 2, yes.
So good, so iconic. And then
yes.
Another one was Miss Piggy.
Good, yes. I love that.
And Ursula the Sea Witch, but that one wasn't quite as literal. But I love cartoon characters.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's a drag inspiration for you? And would you say you draw from cartoons, or is there a particular drag idol that you guys have?
Am I on screen? I hope that I look like a cartoon character. I am so inspired by Muppets and puppets and cartoons, and I hope that my drag says that when you see it, but in case you don't get the message, puppets, Muppets, cartoons.
I love it.
Period. I love Betty Boop, Miss Piggy, Jessica Rabbit, every single Disney villain that there is. And then bad bitches in video games, pretty much.
Awesome. Love all that.
Animation kind of stuff.
Yes. Tonzy, who is a drag idol or inspiration for you? I mean, you mentioned Scream Queens, but what's another kind of like, it could be a female figure, it could be a drag figure.
I think just a lot of my inspiration in general. This is so gay. It comes from Lady Gaga.
Yay!
But we love Lady Gaga.
I just like
Perfect.
how like she just does it, you know, and that's just how I like to do my drag. Even if it's not like crazy, I just want to go for it, and I think that's where I get a lot of my inspiration in general. Is from her. It's not like really anything specific.
So,
Absolutely.
chat, by the way, if you guys have any questions for these two queens, please throw it in the chat. I'm watching you, so I can throw these questions up to them, see what they say, give a holler. I just am curious, ever since COVID-19 started, have you noticed a change in your stream, in your audience, in your viewers? Has there been a big shift in any direction?
I mean, they're just more annoying. I'm just kidding. No, I think it COVID-19 is awful, but it also has really brought out like a lot in all of us, and we've learned a lot. And so for me and my chat and like people I interact with, there's like a lot more compassion and understanding and being there for each other. It's just like really a time that we should all come together, and that's just kind of how it's changed for me. I feel more connected with the people around me.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For me, so I started to do Twitch and stream my drag expression because I didn't want to go to the club and I didn't want to be like that kind of performer or that kind of queen. Even though I respect those avenues, I just wanted something different for myself.
Mhm.
And so for the past several years, I've found a different side of the queer community that I interact with, but it's really interesting because after COVID, the bars are closed. Like the normal drag places that you can express your drag personas are closed. And so a lot of those people are coming to Twitch. And so you get a completely different experience of these people like, oh, I'm not able to interact with my gay community right now, but I can connect with you or the stream queens or whatever, what have you. It's like Tonzy said, it's a horrible situation, but the silver lining is that it's combined communities that weren't necessarily interacting before now.
Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about Stream Queens. What is this group? What do you guys bring to the table at Twitch? Let people know about it.
Yes, so Stream Queens is an all drag troupe of content creators here on Twitch. We have kings, we have queens, we have creatures, we have characters. We've got every type of drag that you could even imagine is accessible, and it's just meant to be a one-stop shop for drag digitally. The way that it started was, like I said, I've been streaming for 4 years, and I've been like creeping and crawling my way through, the heteronormative environment here. And once I became partner, was it 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago. You can only make a team if you're a partner. So I got partner and I was like, I'm going to make a drag team. And so it was the first thing I did as a partner. And it's a way for my fans, Tonzy's fans, everyone that loves drag, anyone that's a fan of drag, to intermingle and to meet each other. Because you can go to this list, you can go to streamqueens.net. It's just a list of content creators all doing drag. And you can peruse the live ones, you can follow the ones that are offline, you can get to know everybody. Because I make sure that people that we onboard have clips and highlights and branding, so you can like really get to know someone even if they're live or not, and you can turn on notifications and catch their next stream.
Nice. Talk a little bit about your streams, each of you. What are you doing on your channel? I know it's mostly horror video game focused, but also beauty tutorials. Just give us a little rundown, each of you, about what you love to do on Twitch.
I mean, my favorite thing to do is make people cry. But no, like you said, it's mostly horror games. but I do like to think I'm more of like a personality streamer. The games are there and they're fun, but it's more of interacting with the people in the chat and, you know, playing with the trolls a little bit. It's all a show while I'm doing what I enjoy. So there's lots of horror games. We've been doing a lot of VR. We start every stream off with makeup, unless I decide not to do makeup. That's really it. I just play a lot of horror games right now. World of Warcraft soon when it comes back out.
Well, it's the scary season, so you got to play some horror games. If you
Period.
don't, whether you play them all the time or not very often, right now is the time to do it. It's the scary season.
Mhm.
Well, on that note, my name is Deere. Let's play what you fear. I like to combine drag and horror together. It's my favorite things in the world. So if you ever need a good time, you can come to my show. But yeah, I like horror and drag. So like you said, you can catch me playing scary games, or I'm doing my makeup in preparation to play some scary games. I definitely regard it as a show, as a production. So I'm the star. But I like to intermingle with other drag artists, especially through the Team Stream Queens group, and make sure that everybody gets a spotlight and everyone that visits my stream gets to experience me as a personality, but also gets introduced to other creators at the same time. Sometimes I play one-player games, but whenever I'm playing Dead by Daylight or multiplayer games, I try to always pull from the Stream Queens first. But yeah, definitely a personality. I'm a personality. Tonzy's a personality. We've got lots of personalities on Twitch. I think
Great.
that's the best thing about Twitch is you get to interact with a live person. It's not like on a TV show or a movie or on YouTube where you're just sort of an outsider watching the person. You can really create connections and friendships and just find that human connection, because we're all just sort of stuck in our rooms right now. Whether you're doing drag or not, or doing whatever you do, almost all of us are just locked up in our homes or working real hard in scary situations, and then we need that escape afterwards. So
Absolutely.
I think we're doing good stuff.
Well, a question from chat is, do you have any advice for somebody who wants to get into makeup? Say somebody is just starting off. What are some kind of your beginner beauty tips?
I mean, I'll go first because my makeup is shit compared to Deere.
You're beautiful.
Praise her. But my biggest tip is start slow. That's what I tell all the ladies who always come in and want makeup tips. Start slow and blend it out. I think a big thing that a lot of people just do is they just put it on and it's way too much and then they can't go back. So just start slow. A little bit goes a long way.
Why are you looking
confidence.
at me?
No, dear, you look stunning. But yeah, start slow a little bit, and you can add confidence and yeah, wear your makeup with pride.
Someone hire her. In my opinion, practice makes perfect. I think of like whatever sort of hobby or passion that you have. Think of it like that. So like an engineer or a welder or someone that does HTML or builds something, like most people aren't born with that skill set. So you need to start slow, like Tonzy said, start slow, build up your skills, practice makes perfect, and you'll get there. I think dedication means more to a craft than sometimes natural talent. Like anyone can be a makeup artist, anyone can have any skill set. Generally speaking, it's just working hard to get to that advanced level. And so I've been doing makeup for 15 years, so I have a lot of practice. I was crap when I first started. I was crap. I was ugly.
And you're also a professional makeup artist as well.
Yeah, and that's the best when it comes to makeup specifically. I think throwing a wrench in your plans is always the best way to go, because I have had the experience of doing makeup on a lot of other people. I've worked in beauty retail, I've worked in beauty freelance gigs, I've worked at fashion shows. I've done a little bit of photo shoot makeup. And so when you're working on lots of different people with lots of different expectations, that's how you build your skills. So like any skill that you have, whatever you're most afraid of, throw yourself at that so that you can get out of your box and try something new.
Another question from chat is, have you finished the Rift in Dead by Daylight?
Oh God, not me.
I don't think so. I don't even think I'm close.
Yeah.
I'm on page 6, but to be honest, I don't want anything from it. So.
Yeah, it's not that good.
there's like some leaks going out there, and Naya has a new costume, and I'm gonna have to grind and get that because she's my favorite.
Yeah. And Tonzy, question for you is, are you Alliance or Horde?
I'm bifactional, but I'm playing Horde for Shadowlands. So
Okay.
She's bi.
She's bi. You heard it here first.
Next question from chat. Do either of you have drag moms, or are you a drag mom yourself?
No, for me. I have a lot of drag characters that like I look up to as parents in a sense, but they didn't like create me or give me any inspiration. Well, they inspire me, but they didn't. So no.
They didn't have hands on it.
Yes, they didn't make it for me.
So. They didn't feel you with them hands.
Period.
I would say Stream Queens is my drag family because I have gotten so close to so many of them, and so many of them like have come to me and said that I'm inspiring to them, and that's always so beautiful and wonderful to hear. The only person that's even close to like a drag sibling to me would probably be 8-Bit Dylan, because I put him in drag once at Twitch headquarters, and I named him Moose Nicole.
Oh okay. My God, dear.
And that's the closest thing. I mean, I'm not looking for any children at this time. I'm much too young to be a mother. Right. But I'm always willing to extend love and support to anyone that ever needs it. If anyone ever needs my advice or help, you can always shoot me a message.
And if somebody mentions Stream Queens again, if somebody wants to be a part of your drag family, how do they become one? How do they apply?
So the biggest things that we look for, because we're a collective, we look for people whose drag is a prominent piece of their stream. We're all Twitch based, so first of all you have to be on Twitch, but drag has to be a prominent and recurring component to your drag to be onboarded. So you'll want to make sure that in your abouts, in any of your social medias, in your streams, of course, in your clips and your highlights, like it all says and screams really loudly drag, whatever it is, whatever is your version of drag. But you just want to make sure that you're featuring drag. It's we have lots of fans, and we love our fans, but it is for people doing drag themselves on their Twitch channels. And that's any drag. Kings, queens, characters, creatures, it's whatever drag is to you.
Awesome. Another question from chat involves Stream Queens. Are you ever going to be doing meet and greets outside of TwitchCon once we're all out in the world again, of course? Is Stream Queens going to be, are people going to be able to meet you guys?
Well, until they were canceled, I attend TwitchCon and DragCon. So if you see me around there, tall blonde lady, make sure you wave, come say hi. I hope I'm not scary. I don't, because we're all over the world. We're literally like all across the world. I'm in California. Tonzy is in Minnesota, right?
Mm.
We've got people in different countries, East Coast, West Coast, in between. So it would be hard to set up a meetup that would like for a lot of us to participate in, maybe like regional ones. We could explore it.
Yeah.
But cons are usually the best places to come meet us because they're like destinations, so a lot of us attend.
I think there needs to be a drag TwitchCon.
Yes.
Ooh. We are the drag TwitchCon. What do you mean?
Yes, I know, but I mean you have to be in a convention center or a way that people can interact.
We'll just
Get
have
their
a whole
picks.
building, and we'll have Deere in the middle, and then all of us just surround her, and you walk like
Yes.
it's a museum and just stare at us.
Yes.
Question for Tonzy. Are you able to talk about the trolls that have come into your chats, and if it's different or compared to Mixer? When you kind of encounter negativity?
Yeah, so the trolls on Mixer were way more creative. The trolls on Twitch suck. Like, they need to take notes.
Those poor trolls.
Like, the trolls on Mixer, like, I don't know how appropriate this is, but I talk about it all the time. One troll came in and called me like a lemon vagina, which I don't even know what that means, but it was like the most random creative thing I've ever heard in my whole life.
Isn't that just a sourpuss?
Well, Deere, did you write that?
It was me.
It
was actually
I'm coming out. It was me. I meant to write sourpuss, but it got autocorrected.
It got right. And then the trolls on Twitch are just so basic. They're like, "You're gay," and I'm like, "Yep." You know, it's just, I don't know. But I guess the way I handle them is like what everyone loves. It's just flip it on them, play with them a little bit, make content out of it. Yeah, I really forgot what the question was about, but like the Twitch trolls, yeah, they suck.
They were just saying the question was just compared to Mixer to Twitch, but all trolls suck, of course. But I guess they're even less creative on Twitch.
I think that's the best advice, is just flipping it on them. I say it all the time: feign ignorance, like misread it or like misunderstand it, like
play dumb.
Yeah, like you can make it funny. You can turn it into like you can turn them into the joke instead of them trying to make you the joke.
Chad is saying, Deere, that you're being very sus right now. Let's get into gaming. I want to talk about video games. What's a video game that made an impact on you? Maybe it's the first one you played, or one that really made an impression on you that you're like, this is my world.
Well, for me, it's The Legend of Zelda. I also talk about this all the time on stream. That game is like everything. Like, I love it so much. It is the game I can remember as a child, like playing it. And my favorite one out of all of them is Wind Waker. The art style, just
so good.
Everything about it is amazing. And that, and then I think the biggest impact in the game I've played the longest would be World of Warcraft. Tonzy was kind of created through World of Warcraft. My mom's nickname for me is Tonzer. Don't know what it means. She might be crazy. But that's what she called me. So when making like characters in WoW, it was Tonzer, and then making more characters, I kind of molded the name, and then everyone on WoW would just call me Tonzy. So that kind of like was my online name before I was even an online character in a sense. So I think WoW has the biggest impact, but the most like emotional impact would be The Legend of Zelda.
I have a Zelda tattoo.
Love it.
It says, it's dangerous to go alone. Take this. It's a sword. Deere, talk about your video game influences.
Well, as a little kid, like the first games that come to mind are fighting games, because I always thought that the females that could like beat up the bad guys were just amazing. Like the strong women, like Chun-Li and Cammy and Melina and Kitana, like just they were everything to me. Like I would draw them, I would put the pictures on the wall. Like I just loved fighting games, and like into all the different generations. So like when it came to PlayStation, like Rival Schools and like Bloody Roar and Fatal Fury and King of Fighters, and like I just loved all of the bad bitches in fighting games. The games that I've played the most, I'm bad at fighting games, by the way. I just love the characters. I love like layers, and like I'm wearing a harness with a bra, with a bodysuit, with like I just like a lot of different random pieces of clothing just thrown on. And that's how fighting game characters are. They're always just like a mess of accessories. And I think that's great. A lot of games that I've played that left an impression on me, I love Alien Isolation, Bayonetta, like I love Animal Crossing. What else? Resident Evil Outbreak, the online one. Like I love that game because it's like horror and online. It was like the first online horror game I could ever think of. Amazing.
What was the first game that you guys did in drag?
My first stream in 2016 was Resident Evil 1, the director's cut for PlayStation. Tonzy's like, I don't remember. I was drunk.
I'm 25 now. I can't remember. I remember streaming a lot of Dead by Daylight, and that is in drag, but I'm sure there was something before that. Girl, I don't know. Dead by Daylight is my answer.
Okay, Dead by Daylight.
Lock it in.
Did you play when it first came out?
No. So I remember, I think I played Michael Myers was released. Maybe it was before then, but I remember the Michael Myers map like solid.
I remember back in the day when it first came out in 2016, NOED, it would automatically go on when the generators were powered, and it would last for 2 minutes. There weren't hexes yet. There were no totems. Like what else? Brand new parts, like it would instantly do the generator. So if you were
I do remember that.
Like literally, they'd all turn on, and the killer would be fucked. When you destroyed hooks, they would stay dead forever. So if you were with a group of friends, you could kill every single hook, and the killer could only use the basement, and they were fucked at that point. It was a different game. That was it was wild.
A question from chat is it says your makeup looks are always so stunning. What would you consider your go-to look?
Which one of us?
Well,
right. Who's more stunning?
Yes, exactly. Chat.
Pose off. No, don't answer it. We're both stunning.
Yeah.
My go-to look, I know that like when you look at my Instagram or you look at my streams, like I have a lot of color sometimes, but my go-to look is like brown, pink blush, nude lip, or brown, pink blush, dark lip. Like those are my like go-tos where I put it on and I'm like, ooh, she's looking good. That's like when I get the oomph feel. Also, when I'm wearing thin eyebrows like today. I just love it. Like I paint on my thin eyebrow and I'm just like, ooh, like woman.
She's done. She's feeling it, honey. Me and Deere are actually similar in a lot of ways. We just paint differently. I love like a blended black eye. So normally I'll just use black and then white to highlight. So I'll blend out the black and that's pretty much the look. A nude lip, good contour, blush, and lots of black clothing. I love lace. I love
black clothing. Yes.
Slutty is my attire. But no, yeah, I love just like a sexy eye. And to me, a sexy eye is like a nude or a black, just like blended for the gods. That I think that's so hot. So
what inspired tonight's look for you both? Because you obviously coordinated.
Well, for me, Tonzy said, let's focus on, she was like, let's coordinate something. And then we didn't talk for like literally 4 days straight. And then yesterday, she was like, okay, what do we want to do? Do we want to match at all? And I'm like, okay, yeah, just throw something at me. And she's like, blue, let's do like blue eye makeup or something. So I was like, okay, cool. And then she was like, I'll accent it with pink. And I'm like, sure, blue and pink, we did it. It's a reveal party. And the reveal is that we're beautiful.
Yes.
Period.
And that inspired the look basically. But I've been doing this kind of eye lately where it's like a nice like socket right there, like Cher inspired with a thin eyebrow.
Yeah, I'm loving the gloss.
Oh,
the glossy eye. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. I saw this picture of Cher with a makeup by Kevin O'Quan where it's just like literally a gloss on her eye. And I was like, ooh, I gotta replicate that.
That brings me back to those makeup books.
Yes. Oh, so iconic.
Yeah. So if you haven't seen these books, you have to look up Kevin O'Quan and his makeup books. They're so amazing. Question. Yes.
His documentary was so life-changing also. So
Where
tragic.
can you see it?
I watched it on Logo.
Mm.
I'm not sure where it is available to stream, but someone could Google it somewhere.
What's it called again? It was called Not Dead Yet? Or no, what's it called?
Not Dead Yet.
No, there was someone, maybe it's not Kevin Up One, but there was some iconic, oh no, I'm probably thinking of David LaChapelle or something. But anyways, what was it called? Do you remember the name of it? Or
I don't recall. Oh, Larger Than Life.
Larger Than Life.
Valkyrie just said it in the chat, yes.
Okay.
Larger Than Life. It was so good.
I need to see it.
It's so good, but it's so tragic. Like, it's so tragic.
The question from chat is it says, what do you try to do off stream? But I guess the question generally is when you're not on stream, what are some of your hobbies? What are you doing with your time?
Eating.
Yeah, eating, thinking about how bad my content is. Not that it is, but that's definitely a streamer thing to do. What else do? I play offline games, panic some more, sleep, eat, go live. That's it.
Fair. Another question from chat, Rob Catdashian. He says that Twitch to him feels very white-centric. And so how does Stream Queens help to kind of bring diversity and uplifting people or streamers of color?
Well, we have lots of members that are people of color. I try to collaborate with anyone that wants to collaborate with me. I try to make time for them. So at my channel, my collaborations, I see lots of different people of different walks of life within the team. And we actually have a group of a few people within the team that is the visibility committee. So they're always looking for more members and more ways to celebrate people of color, like just non-white creators. Because we get a good spotlight, but we're not the only people that are here. I want to always make sure that I am taking the time to uplift and support different people, especially within drag, because my content is dragged, Tonzy's content is drag. We've got lots of different drag artists here, and so why not support everybody in the way we can.
Next question from chat. If your likeness were to be used in any game, which would you want it to be in?
I would say a fighting game. I want to punch a bitch in the face.
Yes. Like a Mortal Kombat style fighting game? Like completely with fatality?
I want to chop someone's head off. I want my head chopped off.
Yeah, I would say probably like Dead by Daylight. Like a drag queen killer. Like that'd be so iconic. Or like a Fortnite skin, even though I hate Fortnite. Like
just like I've seen you play it a lot.
I don't want to talk about it. My career was built on that game. It's fine.
I love it.
Your career is built on Fortnite, but you don't play it anymore?
Yeah, I did lots of like giveaways and forced people to follow me. So you get the secrets here.
You paid your dues. I actually almost considered to play it. I've never been interested. I've never played it. Never wanted to play it. But I saw that there's a skin where you can dress as Storm.
Mm-hmm.
That makes it very interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm a big X-Men fan. So Storm, X-Men. Mystique, Psylocke, you can play all of these women in Fortnite, and now I want to play it.
Rogue is my favorite, but only the version where she killed Miss Marvel.
Oh, right.
Didn't kill her, but like, put her in the ICU.
Yeah.
Who's the blue lady?
Mystique.
Yeah, love her.
Have you seen the Barbie of her?
No.
I own the Barbie of her.
Get it on stream.
I don't have it with me right now.
Damn. I love it. It's so good. So pretty.
Next question. Chat is full of questions. I love this. Where did the name Deere Camp come from?
It's short for Deer Queen. No, I'm just kidding. But at DragCon, I had a meet and greet table, and it had a sign, like it just had like a sign that said Deer Queen. Because I guess like for you to sign up for things like that, you have to have like a first name, last name. And they just put Queen if you don't have a last name. So Trashly the whole time was like, "Hi, Dear Queen. What's it like to be Dear Queen?" my unofficial last name. I wanted a name that had to do with animals because I love animals. I think that animals are beautiful and pure. They're not corrupt by human society and standards.
Mm-hmm.
I also wanted like a sort of magical, ethereal, kind of mysterious name, and I think that like Deere is so simple. It's one syllable, and the animal are so beautiful, but they're also like so clumsy and so strange. It just resonated with me and it felt right. I also always thought like I feel like if I ever needed to like create a character or something, I could be like Miss Deary. So it's like a pun for mystery.
Mm-hmm.
Just in my back pocket.
That's fun. And Dear, you were a Twitch ambassador at TwitchCon. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was beautiful. All of us ambassadors got sent to Twitch headquarters last year. We had a photo shoot. We learned all about these different Twitch concepts and products and stuff and gave our 2 cents because they were like, you're our ambassador, you have amazing communities, you're doing cool things, you have a unique perspective. It was a big group of people. Like there was like a cook, there was a piano player, there was cosplayers, there's people that like focus on mental health or like are really skillful in their games. And I'm like, why am I here? But it was so awesome because Twitch is like, with that program, they were putting their money where their mouth is. They're like, we want diversity. We want to showcase that Twitch isn't just gaming. It's not just cis white men. It's like all these different people of all different walks of life. And it was just such a cool experience to be a part of. And so that basically gave us a couple spotlights. So they gave me a few front page slots to just like introduce myself to the wider website audience. They included me in a few different programs. Like earlier this year, there was a Dead by Daylight program, and they were like, "You're on here because you're an ambassador. It's awesome, woo!" I had a meet and greet. I had a panel that I planned, and it was literally like the most booked panel anywhere. Like they had to close the doors and be like, "We're at capacity. No one else can come in." And then there was a big group of people waiting outside to like meet all of us on the panel. And then I had a meet and greet line, and literally the line was like, it went all the way back. It was just such an honor and so crazy. I was interviewed by NBC News that day, and they had like a national online article that like got so many views. It was just really awesome for Twitch to like give me their seal of approval. Also, as an ambassador, I almost forgot, I had an interview that appeared like in official marketing and like as a segue between different Twitch programming. So it just like ran on repeat. Like if you weren't at the con, like but you were watching con stuff, it would sometimes play. I put that on my YouTube if anyone wants to watch it. I was also in a little, there was like a little montage that was interviewing ambassadors and it was a video that was played at TwitchCon's like main stage. So they had like a closing ceremony and they played a video and I was like, ooh, hello. Yeah, it's just really, really, really awesome.
Yeah, well, I think that's how Qweerty Gamers is familiar with you because I believe a number of people from our board of directors got to meet you at TwitchCon and make the connection. So we're so glad that you made the appearance so that you could be a part of our Q&A series.
It's my pleasure.
I love it.
It's my pleasure.
Now, I'm going to give you a question that you hate. Okay. Because you even told us this in the prep that you don't want to talk about Drag Race.
Are you a
question
man?
And the question.
Are you a man?
Question in chat
that
is how do you
Chandler.
feel? Yeah, I am a man. No, how do you feel when people compare you to other drag artists like those in Drag Race? And you can be honest about it because you gave me a great answer.
I want to hear Tonzy first.
So I guess I don't get that. I'll flip the question just a little bit. So I get a lot of like the James Charles, Jeffree Star comparisons. And I get it might come from like a good place, but for me, I'm my own person. I'm my own character. I do my own work. And for you to say I look like someone else, No, I look like Tonzy. I have my own accomplishments. I have my own achievements. I have my own goals. It, I don't know. I don't like it. It's not fun. I get it's like a compliment, but again, I am Tonzy. Deere is Deere. Deere is doing her own thing. Deere doesn't look like Jeffree Star. Deere looks like Deere, and that's a compliment on its own.
Good answer.
Mm-hmm.
My mentality when it comes to that is like to someone that's saying that, your reference pool is so small that it devalues the person you're saying it to. Like you're ignoring every single thing, like Tonzy said, all of the accomplishments and all the differences. You're completely turning away from that and focusing on like the smallest little details that there might have some overlap there. And so it's just, as an artist, especially as a makeup artist, like I take pride in like the little details that I myself have created for myself, and that they might be references from lots of different things, but I put it all together into this package that is recognizable and unique. And for someone to ignore that, like, is an insult to me. Because again, like Tonzy said, we make so many strides to differentiate ourselves, and then people bring it back to these things that devalues our whole art form.
Right, of course. You're creating individual personalities. You're not copying anybody.
And like what I said yesterday, like you're taking me just I am very proud of what I've accomplished and the things that I've done. But I'm still not like this world famous household name. And so to compare me to someone that's been on TV that's more famous and more rich than me, like I could compare you to some random person on TV too, but I'm not that mean.
So a question from Warpath Dylan Deere. Even though you said you're not great at fighting games, would you ever consider streaming Street Fighter and give us some Cammy realness?
Oh, I have streamed a little touch of Street Fighter, and Cammy is not my fave. Poison is my fave. Poison is the queen. Poison is the moment. She's the tea. She's everything.
Okay.
And I have at DragCon last year, I dressed as Poison one of the days. And I've actually streamed Street Fighter 4 with Bitch Puddin', and we were both dressed as Poison because we both have our own cosplays of her. And so I've definitely streamed it before. I could stream it again. I love Street Fighter, but I don't as much like Street Fighter 5, but I love Street Fighter 4. Street Fighter 5 is cute, especially now that it has Poison, but I just don't care for like the I forget what the mechanic is called, but it's like you have to charge it the whole match, and then you like and then you have like more moves to use. I don't care for that mechanic.
I haven't played them, so I'm not familiar. I haven't gone past 2.
You're like, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Oh my gosh, I just noticed your background is the X-Men, like where he can use his
Yes,
mind.
it's Cerebro.
That is so funny. I've been staring at it this whole time, and I'm like, what is that? And then you said you like X-Men, and I'm like,
He was judging you this whole time, just didn't say anything.
So what's the future of Stream Queens? What do you have in plans for the organization, and can we buy t-shirts?
We don't have any merch available at this particular moment, but the future, you never know what the future holds. If you enjoy Stream Queens content, keep your eyes peeled. We have some cool things in the works. So make sure that you keep your eyes on our Twitter. Stream Queens Net, twitter.com/streamqueensnet.
If you were to create a drag starter kit, what would you have in it? Tonzy, you have an answer
Duct
to that.
Lots and lots of duct tape. No, drag starter kit. I think lashes make a look, and lashes and lipstick would be my, I mean, obviously a lot more, but if I had to like pick a few items, it'd be lashes and lipstick.
I'm not sure. I feel like drag is so cool and subversive. Like there's so many different interpretations of drag, and so I would need more information on what you're trying to do, because like you can be a drag king, you can be a drag queen, you can be like a monster, you can be a cartoon character, you can be like, so they're like, the sky is the limit. So I feel like I would need more information, but I love makeup, so makeup never hurts.
We just had a big earthquake in California. So there's an earthquake where you are right now. What are you grabbing from your drag pile that you can't live without?
I am grabbing a platinum blonde wig, a black bodysuit, gloves, and then I have all of my MAC lipsticks in like train cases, like literally like boom. So if I can grab one of these, I'll probably have enough colors to build a whole look.
Good, because we need drag in an apocalypse. It
depends on which one I grab, but yeah. Hopefully lashes too, but maybe I could make it out of some leaves.
Cute. I would just grab this and walk around like this. That's my look.
I love it. Who are you? It doesn't matter. I'm iconic.
Period.
Love it. Everybody needs a fan. I don't have a fan.
If you don't have a fan, are you not a homosexual?
Right.
You
it's
must
so
not
true.
be a drag fan.
I am a drag fan. No, I know.
Then you need a fan.
I need a stream queens fan.
At the moment, I've only given them to some of the earliest members.
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm looking to revamp it, and we'll see where that goes. But if you need a fan, you can visit Drag Trashly.
I hate it.
I forget her website, but you could buy a Trashly fan today.
Trashly fan.
What is her website? I forget. Dragtrashly.com probably. Someone in the chat will know.
I'm sure. I will find myself a fan.
Trashly.net.
Let's see. Question for Deere. Would you consider streaming Street Fighter V when Akira from Rival Schools is released?
Is that question from Mexican Flyer?
No, it's from someone from our board, Callie.
I love it. I love Rival Schools so much. So I will be playing it. I will definitely be trying out that character because I love Akira. I love Rival Schools in general. I wish it was Tiffany. Blonde hair, big boobs. Hello. But I will give it a go. But I don't usually like to play too much fighting games because I feel like even in Dead by Daylight, there's like the quiet moments and then there's the hectic moments. But in a fighting game, you have to be completely alert of that match or your face is going to be in the mud soon. So I don't usually like to play fighting games, but if they add Melina and when they add Akira, I will probably play those games on stream. Melina Wen for Mortal Kombat 11.
Last question before we wrap it up is, where do you see drag going in the future virtually? How do you see it evolving?
I think that when COVID ends, when all this quarantining ends, I think we will still have so much amazing creators and content on Twitch and otherwise, because it's been like a golden age for virtual drag. So I think that a lot of people that might not have been part of the like digital scene of drag. I think that its benefits and its accessibility has spoken volumes to anyone that's accessed it or experienced it. So I feel like it'll continue to be this really amazing version of the drag world. And when it comes to stream queens, again, we've got lots of cool stuff coming up. So,
Tonzy, do you have any thoughts about the future of drag? What about the future of your drag? If you want to talk on behalf of all drag queens, what can we expect from you in the future?
Probably nothing different. I'm probably still gonna go live. I'm probably still gonna be mean to you. I'm still probably gonna cry and try to sleep with your dad. So don't really expect much from me. Just I can't take myself seriously. No, so my stream will be doing like a little bit of a change. When World of Warcraft comes out, that's probably going to be my new main game. So if you're into that, be on the lookout for that. But as of right now, horror games, Dead by Daylight, and yelling at people. That's it.
And if you were able to go on a date with one video game character, who would you go on a date with?
Oh my God, who's the hot guy from Resident Evil with the hair?
Oh, Carlos.
Oh, Carlos. I would let Carlos. I'm gonna keep it PG, but I would try things with him I've never tried. Period.
Wow. I don't know. My first inclination is Kermit the Frog, but he's not a video game character specifically. I just feel like he'd be a good time. He'd be funny.
Would be fun.
Like a Darkstalkers character, any of them. They'd probably be interesting.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to me for Qweerty Gamers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody, please go check them out on Stream Queens, Deere, Tonzy. Thank you so much. Yes, I love the dance. I love the motion. I really appreciate you taking the time. So thank you so much.
Thank you. It was a pleasure. If you like drag, if you like gaming, visit streamqueens.net or twitch.tv/Deere.
Yeah, watch Deere. Woo!
Tonight, even.
Yeah, you guys are streaming, right?
Yes.
I am streaming right after this. Yes.
We'll
be playing some Dead by Daylight if anyone wants to come take a look at our channel.
Watch us die.
So much.
All right.
Thank
bye.
you, Chandler.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
Yes.
Is this where we hang up?
This is where we wait.